Alright, no introduction, no meme, nothing like that. I actually wanted to get straight into this video because this is actually a very important topic that I wanted to talk about, and that is the current bug going on with Valby. This is more of a warning. If anything, this isn't really just like, oh hey, you shouldn't do this because I hate fun and yada yada yada. This is more concerning for people that do this in pubs. I'm just going to tell you from personal experience with people that I used to play with in this game with bugs in the past that your account can get banned. It's happened before with people that I've played with in preseason and season 1 with certain bugs that happened in those times, and they don't play the game anymore, obviously, because they're banned. Now, I don't really give a shit if you use this. I personally don't care if you use this bug. I don't really consider it to be something that should get people banned, in my opinion. This is more of a dev's issue than it is a player issue. If you want to use it, by all means go right ahead, but just know that there will be people out there that will probably report you for exploiting, and there is a high chance that the developers will look at this and not really look too deep into it and glance over it, and will just go based off of mass report and will take your account down. Is this 100% certain? No, but there is that chance. This has happened before with people that I've played with in preseason. I met a couple people, we became friends in the game, and next thing you know it, they used a bug that was considered an exploit, even though it wasn't. It was a bug in the game, and lo and behold, they got banned. And it was a permanent ban. This wasn't like a 1 week, 2 week, no, this was an entire ban. They lost all their skins, they lost all their in-game purchases, they lost all their progress, and they were no longer able to play the game unless they made a new account with a different email. Now, I don't know exactly if you can get IP banned, but again, this could easily happen to you. I just wanted to make this video and just tell people this because I don't want to see more players disappear in this game, or more players like just not play this game, because this game isn't really in like the greatest state when it comes to player base. I know a lot of players are on console, but it isn't a vast amount of players on console. I still do get queued up, at least in North America servers, with a lot of the same people in Onslaught. No one really plays Onslaught, and I do see a lot of familiar usernames, which tells me that yes, there's not a lot of people playing Onslaught. So if you do get into Onslaught and you finally reach that milestone and you use this exploit, there is a high chance that you can get banned. Really quickly, I just wanted to talk about like Valby in general. I do feel like there is a high chance that they are going to actually implement this into Valby's kit in the future, because they are doing this with Harris. If you didn't notice, or if you didn't know, Harris actually has a bug going on with one of the trigger modules, or I believe it's something to do with shields, and is allowing her to do a mass amount of damage. I think it's her gunning build, if I am correct about that. Not too sure, haven't really used it, haven't really done Lava Citadel, I don't really care to. But they are going to be implementing that into her kit, and there is a possibility that they are going to do this with Valby, or there's actually a possibility that people are going to use a bunch of people are going to be using this bug, and it's actually going to nerf Valby or cause Valby to get nerfs. I really hope that's not the case. I don't really think another character should get nerfed. Obviously that's just not going to be good for the game, because a lot of players are going to get mad, and I don't really see nerfs to be the solution for everything, because as we've seen before, nerfs really don't benefit anything. They nerfed Inez and then immediately nerfed the game mode that caused Inez to get her nerf. I personally still think Inez is OP as shit even after the nerfs. I think she's still like one of the top descendants in Onslaught, so it didn't really affect her too much. If anything, the main reason why they nerfed her was so that they could actually reduce Onslaught's difficulty. I do see that. If they were to keep Inez the way she was, she would be melting through this entire mode in less than like 3 minutes, or maybe even like 5 minutes at tops, right? Which is kind of the average nowadays. But really, what I just wanted to say in this video was, please be careful about using Valby in Onslaught. Make sure that if you are going to be using this bug, you're only using this bug in private matches, and you're not going in public matches with this, because people will mass report you, and there is a high chance that they're going to be mass reporting you for exploiting, and the devs will overlook that. Even though there is a kernel anti-cheat in this game, if you don't know what a kernel anti-cheat is, it's essentially that devs are able to access your computer and see what programs are being run in the background. I know a lot of people don't like hearing that because it is an invasion of privacy, and honestly it does suck. But really the issue is that there's just way too many people that cheat in video games nowadays. Even if you are playing PvE games, you are going to find people that are going to cheat, and that really hurts people that don't actually cheat and are using bugs like this, because then they will have false reports of mass reporting of exploits, and really the devs can overlook that. Even if they do have that kernel access, there is a chance that they will assume that you're just using some sort of like masking shadow or whatever the fuck it is, that your third application is not being visible or detected by their system, and they will just report you anyways based off of like damage numbers or increased damage that isn't being displayed as like the normal damage numbers that you usually would get off of a normal build. So yeah, I wanted to make this video. Again, I'm not trying to say this because I'm trying to be like, oh, I don't want people to have fun. Yeah, if you're using this bug, you deserve the ban. No, you don't deserve the ban. In fact, this is more of the developer's issue that they need to fix or do something about it. And I know there's also going to be people in the comments down below like, why are you making this video? They don't need to fix this. This should just be in the game. And honestly, yeah, it could possibly just be in the game. But I don't really think power scaling should be increasing at this point, especially for characters that really don't need it. It really seems like they're focusing really hard on these specific characters that really shouldn't be getting buffs and are getting buffs. Harris is an exception. I think Harris did need the buffs. If anything, other characters that do need buffs are like Nell and pretty much every other male descendant in the game. But yeah, Nell and possibly even Luna's like, you know, skill damage builds. I think that's also needs to be buffed as well, and maybe get rid of the notes. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because I wanted to warn people. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.